All right, good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, November 12th. I'm John Weigell with Cyan Zhong, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. We've often heard that millennials and Gen Z spend money on experiences over materials. But an experience I didn't think they would go billions of dollars ahead for is sleep. An even more niche industry is taking hold of the travel industry, and it's all about doing kind of nothing on vacation. Sleep tourism is worth $70 billion right now, so how can you cash in on that? We're answering that question today with Cyan Zhong, the senior premium content strategist for entrepreneurship here at HubSpot, who reported on this very lucrative and sleepy trend. But before that, let's give you the hits and headlines today in business and tech. First up today, Tesla stock boomed all week long. The company is once again worth over $1 trillion, the first time since 2022, and it's now worth more than the next 15 largest car makers combined. That includes names like Toyota, Hyundai, Stellantis, which owns Jeep, and GM. That is a deep list. Next, if you hate the process of buying shoes at Macy's, we got some good news for you. Macy CEO Tony Spring is saying that the store is carrying 300 fewer styles and colors than before to try and minimize shoe footprint in the store. Pun intended. Spring hopes decisions like these will revitalize the store's lackluster sales. In some other retail news, Walmart has actually started testing an app that lets employees instantly unlock those annoyingly protective glass displays that are in store, the ones that you wait outside for 10 minutes for hand lotion sometimes. This could be a solution for that. Over to fast food, rejoice, Taco Bell lovers. Taco Bell has reintroduced some menu classics like the Tostada, Mexi Melt, and Gordita Supreme on the new Decades menu in an effort to meet the demand for a very nostalgic consumer base. And finally, Gen Z makes up about 40% of mobile users worldwide, so what apps have they downloaded the most this year? I'll reveal the top 3 in the bottom of the ninth of the pod right after the main story. Okay, so as mentioned before, we're joined again by Cyan, who covered this sleep tourism trend. Welcome back, Cyan. Another trend, another month.
Exactly. I'm glad to be back. Always a fun time chatting with you, John.
Thank you so much. So let's kind of dig into this sleep tourism industry. First of all, I would love for you to describe what exactly is sleep tourism. I kind of alluded to it a bit up top about kind of doing nothing on vacation, but in your eyes, what is it?
Great question. I feel like this term encompasses a lot of different things, and I can think of 3 on top of my head. The first one is people who kind of choosing to prioritize sleep quality when they're traveling, and that's probably the majority of them. Mm-hmm. The other kind is people who specifically go on a vacation to sleep. You think about those sleep retreats, dreamscape experiences, and stuff like that. And then thirdly, I think traveling, it comes with a lot of jet lag, tiredness, and some people might want to get better sleep or use some kind of amenities or services to help them sleep better after frequent travels. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a broad term that encompasses a lot of things, but I think really it just highlights that people are putting rest and relaxation in the front and center when they're on the go.
Yeah, so investing more in their sleep and investing more in, I guess, their health and wellness, traveling specifically for sleep, I actually have never heard of. Have you done that before?
No, I have not. I don't think I'm in the income bracket to do that.
Oh, I see. It's one of those type of trips.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like $5,000 a night or something. It's just not something I would do at this stage of my life.
No. So who, I guess, then is primarily driving the spending in this sleep tourism industry? Is it more like the Gen Z millennial types? Is it older, more luxury types? Who's kind of spending the money here?
So I probably sound like a broken record if I say Gen Z and millennials because they're younger and they're usually more responsive to trends. But in this particular one, I think they are. I think over 30% of Gen Z and millennials would prioritize sleep on a vacation. And it's kind of an interesting shift to me because if you think about young people or younger travelers, you think about they're strapped for cash, they're backpacking through Europe, living in hostels with 8 different people, or sleeping on an air mattress in a friend's living room. I'm sure you've done that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've slept on the kitchen floor of my friends.
Oh, wow. That's good. Not even on an air mattress, just on tile?
It was the summer. It was very cool tile.
Wow, luxurious. Okay, very nice.
Exactly. But the point is, in the past, they are soaking up all the cultural experiences they can, but sacrificing kind of comfort.
Mm.
And right now, Gen Z and millennials are actually prioritizing comfort again. They're saying, like, no, I'm not going to sleep on someone's air mattress. I'm actually going to have a good night's sleep when I'm on vacation. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty cool too. The Gen Zs, they're kind of ahead of the game on that, it looks like. So it seems like both these generations are valuing more relaxation instead of the big time tourism of just exploring and doing things. How much is this kind of wellness tourism industry worth right now? I've seen a lot of reports that the tourism industry is creeping up, especially since COVID, but specifically for wellness.
Wellness is really everything these days. If you think about it, I feel like we've talked about wellness all the time.
We do.
Right?
Yeah.
The wellness tourism industries includes like hot spas or, retreats, meditation. That industry is worth $814 billion, unsurprisingly. And sleep tourism is sort of a segment within that, which is worth $70 billion on its own.
Wow. So big numbers there. And clearly a lot of more people are investing in this kind of thing. So you would normally think when you travel, you go stay at a hotel, Airbnb, something like that. Have the hotels and the big chains already grown wise to this trend and begun to initiate more offerings for these kind of travelers?
Oh, absolutely. You bet they're going to cash in on this. And I actually started writing about this piece because I saw this Hilton report coming out in October, and they were talking about this trend of Hurkle-Durkling, which is a Scottish phrase where you just lounge in bed all day. And that kind of like leads into the sleep tourism trend. So a lot of big hotel chains are paying attention to this. They're offering better sleep amenities, more comfortable beds and bedding gear, pillows, what have you. I even read about this AI-powered beds that tracks your sleep cycle in some New York and LA hotels. And then, obviously some hotels are offering sleep experiences that are more on the luxury side, even offering sleep concierges, sleep therapy services, anything to help you get a better night's sleep.
Okay, so it seems like they're kind of out there already, as I would expected they would be. But if you're kind of looking to get into the business as an outsider or somebody that doesn't own a hotel or accommodation franchise, how would you say that you can kind of get into the growing market here?
I love accommodation franchise. That's a great term for it.
The name of my new band. Yeah.
I love that. Well, for starters, there's Airbnbs that you can run. But I think in general, like sleep gear, bedding, pillows, sleep supplements, or even just a curated box of all those things, sleep tech basically would be a great opportunity for someone to break into this market. And if you partner with hotel chains or even like Airbnbs, you'll be able to get your products in front of a lot of actual customers. And I think that will be a great channel of marketing.
Yeah, totally. It makes sense on the product front to like come up with a lot of these things to help people sleep, especially like on planes and on travel. I'm sure like the airport's going crazy with that type of stuff.
Exactly. I have no problem sleeping myself. I sleep like a log, but I know people who take supplements to help, or they need these masks or, earplugs, all the gear. So I think that is definitely a very lucrative market if you want to get in on it. Another way you could do this is there's a company called Nap York based in New York, and they basically offer sleep pods for city travelers. Think about the phone booth in your office, right? It's kind of like mobile sleep booth. What if you need a nap? They go to airports or co-working spaces where people might have those needs. It's kind of cool and a slightly more lightweight idea than the accommodation franchise that we talked about.
Yeah, totally. It seems like an easier way to get in and buy kind of property and offer sleeping pods. I know that's a huge thing in Japan. When I was there a few years ago, I contemplated doing it one night, decided against it, but it seems like a great business idea for people that are especially like working late or need to just get in some sleep. Or, if you're traveling around someplace and need a nap and don't have time to go back to the hotel, might be good for you too. So I think that's a great way to get in.
Yeah, exactly. There's another way you could potentially be a middleman between like sleep hungry tourists and hotels. There's a website called dayuse.com, and then they basically offer hotel off-peak specials. Like say, if you use the hotel room during the day instead of at night, you get 70% off or some stuff like that. Wow. And you can enjoy the hotel amenities. If you're, say, a new parent and then you need a few hours away from the baby, or you just really are tired and need to sleep during the day, you can do that. Wow. So that's not necessarily tourism, but I just feel like these are all potential business ideas to capitalize on people needing more and better sleep these days.
Yeah, and it seems to make being a tourist a little easier. It's getting a lot more flexible, but more flexibility means more money, it looks like, for a lot of these hotels.
Yeah, exactly. My understanding of traveling is like you have a jam-packed itinerary. You got to hit these spots. You got to check out these restaurants.
Yep.
And lounging in bed past like 9 or 10 a.m. feels like a waste of time. Right. But now this trend is making us reevaluate that and thinking that maybe I'm lounging in bed all day. That's also a equally valid vacation.
Yeah.
Really, at the heart of it is about relaxing yourself, recharging, and better sleep means better mental health, better physical energy to explore more. So kind of full circle, I guess.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you. I always got to bake in a few days of just like do nothing and no schedule so that I could just see what I want to see outside of it. It feels good just to like lay down and not get up for 24 hours once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I was like, I could do the same thing at home. Why would I go somewhere else and do it?
To do that. That's kind of true, actually.
It's hard to argue against that, but it hits different.
It does.
I can't explain it, but if you do it, it hits different.
Hotel accommodation, the food, I get it. I get the appeal.
Exactly.
Okay, and welcome to the bottom of the ninth of the pod. According to app figures in 2024, the top 3 most downloaded apps by Gen Z in ascending order are Threads, TikTok, and Temu. Very dominant year for apps that start with the letter T. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning into the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of the HubSpot Podcast Network. Our editor today is Robert Hartwig, and our executive producer is Darren Clark. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, go get yourself signed up at hustle.co/email and throw us a follow on the Hustle Daily on Instagram. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, everyone. It's Michael Calore, Director of Consumer Tech and Culture at Wired, here with my colleagues, senior writer Lauren Good.
Hello.
And Wired contributor Zoe Schiffer.
Hey, everyone.
We're here to tell you about our new podcast, Uncanny Valley, a show about the people, power, and influence of Silicon Valley.
Every week, we get together to talk about how technology and culture from the Valley is influencing our everyday lives.
We dig into questions like, will we ever get our privacy back? Is OpenAI for real? And how are Silicon Valley billionaires impacting U.S. elections?
The first episode of Uncanny Valley comes out on October 31st. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.